These some creepy ass woods, motherfucker. I mean, like super creepy woods. I just want to get out of here. Oh shit. You hear that? It sounds like a podcast. A podcast coming from the woods. It's a podcast in the woods. What? Why does that lady keep yelling? Holy shit, folks, it's Podcast in the Woods. That's right. Another great show on the You Run Podcast Network. Join hosts Boomer and Gabby as they review some of the dopest and worst horror movies of all time. I mean, shit. They even reviewed The Guyver. That's a pretty deep cut. So join them every week on Podcasts in the Woods. Another great show brought to you by You Run Podcast Network, motherfucker.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast, Stuffed Crust Edition. I am your host on the 3s and 4s, sweatpants overlord, varicose veins coming out my toes. You know, it's me, your boy, Greg Hoey. What's good? And with me tonight, it's not Ryan, it's not Seamus. We are joined by a very special guest, John from the Dewey Podmonster. And John, how are you doing tonight?
Is it still special when I'm on here at this point? I don't even know anymore.
It's always special.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm doing good, and I have Tubis coming out of all my orifices. I'm ready to talk about them and tell people what they should be watching.
Yes, and on tonight's episode, it is totally Tubular. Tubi recommends, and we are going to be dropping some Tubi recommendations that we think you guys should check out, whether it be an old movie, a new movie.
Fire AF, as the kids said, like probably 2 years ago at this point.
I was still trying to keep up. I was still trying to say it. When I was in the cannabis industry, I'd be like, yeah, that's fire. That's dope. You know?
Yeah,
trying to keep up with the slang.
5 years ago, they're like, yeah, sure, fucking grandpa.
He's a narc. Get him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Fucking narcs. So.
Yeah. Well, you know, I've never ratted on anybody, so I'm not a rat. I'm not a narc. I may look like a cop, but, you know, it's just because this mustache is just out of control.
You do have the cop look going right now, and the veins in your toes actually kind of help pile onto that, because I've heard cops always have veiny toes. That's how you know.
Oh, my God. I've been obsessed with watching police audit videos. I don't know if you've ever seen any of them.
No.
Like, it fucking infuriates me, like, seeing some of these cops, like, push their power and trying to get away with shit.
Geez.
And like, you know, there's people that know their rights, and they go out there on purpose and like get in their face or put themselves in positions to deal with these cops. And it's usually pretty entertaining. And I love when cops are put in their place. Again, saying that, I know there are good cops out there, so I'm not, you know, shitting all over the police force. But like I said on the Death and Entertainment podcast, I am leaning more towards NWA.
I mean, I've been on the ACAB train for a while now, so you can guess where I lean on that. But I tend to find old like 80s and 90s police training videos on YouTube as a pretty good rabbit hole to go down. We put them at the end of our movie nights a lot when we're downtown, and you get things like how to survive ambush attacks or how to survive edge weapons, and it's just like all these schlubs from the police force trying to act like badasses while also trying to fake assault each other. And it's comedy gold in like the best and worst way possible. So,
and usually looking like John Candy. No offense, John Candy. We love you.
It's like John Candy with like the, quite frankly, like your mustache. So
like a Farva, basically like a Farva from Super Troopers, like just a piece of shit.
Yeah, more or less. So chugging syrup and, you know, a piece of shit. So
yeah, you know those motherfuckers are chugging syrup.
Wow. What else are you going to do with it? Put it on pancakes?
Exactly.
No,
So
you chug that shit.
Like we said, we're doing some Tubi recommendations. You know what? I have one pulled up. I'm going to go first. And I'm talking about a 2001 directed by Barry Levinson, starring Bruce Willis, Billy Bob Thornton, and Kate Blanchett. Two bank robbers fall in love with a girl they've kidnapped. And this is the movie Bandits. Are you familiar with this movie?
I'm familiar with the cover for it and the premise around it, but I don't think I've ever watched it. This is not one that's... I like Billy Bob enough. He has a tendency to get drunk and beat up kids in his movies, so I think that's kind of entertaining.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah. And I think if you were to put it as a whole, I could take or leave Bruce Willis, but he has some movies that are like among like all-time favorites, and then he has movies like that are not good. He's got a pretty healthy balance of both in his so he's not a guy that I go see just because he's in the movie, but yeah, for whatever reason I don't think I ever gave it a chance, or if I did I don't remember it. So what's it about? Tell me more. I need more deets.
It's the sleepover bandits. They're bank robbers, right? And it's a very cool premise. They'll go sleep over the bank manager's house. So they'll basically like show up at the bank manager's door, hold them up, have dinner with them, and then go into the bank with them in the morning, rob the bank, and fucking leave. So it's kind of a cool, unique twist. It's a comedy drama. And Kate Blanchett's awesome. And, you know, Billy Bob and Bruce Willis are both like in love with Kate Blanchett. Billy Bob's neurotic and weird and
of
just,
course he is.
Yeah, he's like the nerd Billy Bob Thornton. He's not the Fargo Billy Bob Thornton where he's a fucking badass. But yeah, it's and they become kind of like Robin Hoods essentially, where the people like love them. They're the sleepover bandits. They're it's getting popular and they have a little bit of a following. I actually really enjoyed this movie. I think it's a good comedy, good. Cool, like I said, cool story. I've never heard of people like sleeping over the bank manager's house and, you know, having dinner and then going to rob them the next day. Like, it's just kind of a cool.
How do they compare to the Wet Bandits?
They're definitely, I would say they're probably 75% dry, 25% wet, because Billy Bob and Bruce Willis both have the slicked back hair, I believe.
All right. So they're a little greasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only person, aside from, you know, the three that you mentioned, the only person I really noticed in this cast is Richard Riley, who you'd probably know more from things like Joe Dirt and Office Space. He was the guy who invented the jump to conclusions mat in Office Space, so he's kind of a weird little character actor.
Yeah. He's got a sweet mustache in the picture I'm looking at.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a Brimley mustache. You know, he's in a lot of shit, really. Like, he's a character. Again, he's got 428 roles with 11 still that haven't come out under his belt. So you've definitely seen him before in several things. But usually when I look through a movie like this, I feel like I know a couple more people than, you know, one out of the main cast. So that actually is kind of interesting. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you would think about it. I think it's a good comedy. I think it's a good movie. Like I said, it's kind of unique in its own bank robbing way. So I just, you know, I take or leave Bruce Willis. I'm the same way. Bruce Willis does have some movies where he's just a fucking straight G, and some movies that are must watches, and then he has movies that are like, all right, let's get out of here with this.
I've seen Cop Out. I don't need to see that again anytime soon. So.
I have not. I've heard about it though.
Actually, that's kind of hard. Cop Out's not as bad as like the reputation it has.
Yeah,
it's not good, but I mean, it's just a generic like studio buddy cop movie. It's fine. So
yeah. Plus, towards the end of his career, he was dealing with some memory stuff. So,
well, that wasn't near the end of his career. He had probably at least 10 years before he got to that point yet. He was just being an asshole from everything I've heard about that. But I don't know that him being a nice guy would make the movie better, worse, or indifferent. So
yeah. Oh, I just meant like, you know, dealing with Kevin Smith that might have like, you know, some of that might have came to a head. So, but
I think at the time when that happened, I probably sided with Kevin Smith pretty like hard. Like, yeah, fuck that. Like, fuck Bruce Willis. Kevin Smith's one of us. Now as an adult, I'm like, Bruno might have had a point. So.
Well, I mean, Kevin Smith, say what you want now. I mean, he probably seems like the more down to earth guy than Bruce Willis, I would think.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. He also seems like he has the potential to push people's buttons as much,
sure.
if not more, than Bruce Willis, I would think. Yep. So, yeah.
I think he would be quiet about it and just not say anything.
Bruce or Kevin?
Kevin. It was a Silent Bob joke.
Oh, yeah. Well, he would have a, impactful speech near the end of the rant.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Say the only thing that matters in the whole movie. So. You want to switch up, see what's next on the docket here? Yeah. You want to just rattle off some more on your end?
No, let's go back and forth.
All right. So this is one of the only ones I picked that we haven't covered on our show as a whole. So I figured I got to put it right up front. I'm going a little outside type. I'm going with a comedy movie. If you haven't seen this, I'm going to drive over to New England and shake you violently. I'm talking about Team America World Police. 2004 Trey Parker and Matt Stone movie. If you don't know who Trey Parker or Matt Stone are kind of wonder where the hell you've been. But this is their attempt at making a marionette action movie, fully puppets, no CG. Well, there might be a little bit of CG, but mostly everything's practical in it. And this movie, I think I might have pissed myself a little bit the first time I saw it because I laughed so fucking hard at this stupid movie. With just the crude lines coming out of puppets and the way that everything's delivered in the way that only a Trey Parker or a Matt Stone can deliver. This movie is just, as far as stupid comedy movies go, I mean, is there much better?
Oh, it's one of the best. So, funny story is Gary Johnston, top-notch actor. My first dog was named Gary, and Gary was named after Gary Johnston, top-notch actor. How am I going to outact Alec Baldwin? He's the greatest actor ever.
I think one of my favorite parts in that, and this has nothing to do with previous pets, but I like when whoever's playing the FBI agent or whatever is like, Gary's a good actor, top-notch acting. He sucked my cock.
Suck my cock, Gary.
Right. It just, again, I don't know if there's anyone else that could pull off that kind of humor that well. But Trey Parker and Matt Stone do it pretty routinely.
They also gave us the Matt Damon. And I love that Matt Damon's favorite thing to hear from fans is the Matt Damon quote, which, gives him points for me because that's like everybody else, like Sean Penn and everyone else, like, fuck this. They were so fucking pissed. Sean Penn was so pissed about that. And one of my favorite parts is the Susan Sarandon part. I love when she's like, she's acting. Your skills are fading with age, Mrs. Sarandon.
So I agree with you on Matt Damon having a good sense of humor about that. That's pretty great. I don't know why you would waste your time being mad about a movie like this. If anything, you should be glad that you're famous enough to be in the zeitgeist. One of my favorite in this characters that pops up is Sam Jackson, because puppet Sam Jackson puts his fist through a terrorist head. And he's like, yeah, motherfucker. Sam Jackson, whatever. The other thing that makes this movie kind of topical or great now is if you're just kind of annoyed with the current news cycle, the current political cycle, all that stuff. Yeah. This feels very grounded and like a good refresher for what American comedy can be.
Yeah.
And to be perfectly honest, the last season of South Park, it had moments that was good, but it just leaned too hard into the Trump shit. It kind of got to the point where I'm like, I know they're talking shit about him. I agree with what they're talking shit about. I just don't want to see that fucker's face on my TV anymore. Yeah. So I kind of pieced out on it for a little while till they get through with that storyline, because we're just so inundated with that shit that I'm like, I just can't fucking do it anymore. I can't. I need to not watch this and not be mad at it. So
yeah. Well, I mean, dicks fuck pussies, but they also fuck assholes. And if you're not careful, you're going to get shit all over your dick. Then that bar scene is so fucking funny. And the puke when he's just fucking puking forever.
It goes for 2 minutes. Yeah. And this still has the best puppet sex scene that you'll ever see.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Complete absolutely. With scat and all the other things that you need. It's one of the most gratuitous sex scenes I have ever seen, and it's all performed with puppets.
Yeah, and probably one of the funniest lines in the movie is when he's like, if you promise you won't die, I'll have sex with you right now. And he's like, I promise I'll never die. I fucking love that.
Well, doesn't he start that by saying I can't guarantee I'll be safe, or I don't know what's going to happen. It's a big deal or whatever. And That's where she says, I'll have sex with you right now if you promise I don't die. He immediately is like, I promise I will never die.
Yeah. The opening scene's great too, and they just destroy like the Eiffel Tower, and they're just like wrecking everything, and they're like, all right, sweet, America's here.
Yeah. I always liked when they show up, and no one will be able to see this except you because this isn't on video, but like I love when they're running away from the terrorist in Egypt and they tell him to do some signal or something. He's just like, it's like, it didn't work. So
Durka. Yeah, and they got they get the patches of hair just like glued on his face.
Glued all over the place. Yeah. It looks very much so like when they glued pubic hair on Danger Aaron's face in
Jackass.
I think it was the second Jackass movie where they did that.
And he doesn't know.
I don't know which one came out first, like if it was Jackass 2 or this, but I feel like one of them was modeled after the other.
Yeah, Jackass probably got the idea. They're like, let's do what Team America did.
Again, I don't know which came out first. It could go either way, but that's what it looks like. So,
not to mention one of the best soundtracks of all time.
Oh yeah, America, fuck yeah, should. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed that it hasn't replaced our national anthem yet.
Yeah. So we used my old band, Wisecrackers, used to cover that. And we used to do the slow version until the fast version. So we'd start off like real dramatic, like America. And
I gotta think you got a good response from that.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then we were at
VFW.
Yeah, we were at like a VFW, a Legion, and some guy was like in my face about playing God Bless America. And I'm like, listen, we don't play God Bless America. And like, I was so close to playing America, fuck yeah. I was like, let's do it, But
I mean, those guys might be able to kill you pretty easily, but I probably still would have taken my chances. So.
Yeah. I mean, what would you do, If that song, what would you do? He's like, run away like a little pussy.
I know. I'm really quite overdue for a watch of it because I can't sing every song anymore with it. Where I'm sure at one point I knew them, but yeah, that song, every song, every scene, that movie is absolute perfection.
That's one reason how I knew that Kate from Down Under was cool and that she could fucking, hang on the podcast because she loves Team America. And anybody who loves Team America is not going to get offended about anything,
I kind of wonder how that movie plays like outside of America. Like, I'm glad that Kate likes it, but like just as a general consensus, like, how is that movie looked at in other countries compared to here? It'd be an interesting study. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think people respect South Park for the most part because I think South Park takes shots, and South Park is kind of like the co-defendants. They're real. They ain't fucking around and tiptoeing around.
They don't play sides.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's a target with South Park.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
exactly. That's a perfect reason why when you're Sean Penn, you don't say like, "Oh, I'm gonna," because it's gonna fucking come back. You know, you're gonna be in the Film Actors Guild for sure, dude.
Right, absolutely. So, which again, great little jokes all sprinkled throughout that movie. Just everything about that movie is so well written, so well done. The behind the scenes shit with it, which I'm sure is not on Tubi, but just watching the making of that movie, like. Man, that seemed like a painstaking task to get done.
It's so offensive, but the AIDS song is so fucking good too.
It's amazing. It's
the gays and the straights and the whites and the spades. Come on, everybody, we got quilting to do. Fucking too much.
So how are you gonna follow that up? What are you gonna bring after that?
Well, we're going to hell, right?
All right.
1987. Director Clive Barker, Doug Bradley, Ashley Lawrence, Claire Higgins. A woman discovers the newly resurrected, partially formed body of her brother-in-law and love. She starts killing for him to revitalize his body and escape the demonic beings that are pursuing him after he escaped their underworld. And I'm talking about the original Hellraiser. I love Pinhead. I know that the series took a turn for the worse, even though I do like the very new one.
I think this might be a hot take. I said this on our show too. I think that's the best Hellraiser movie that's out there is the remake personally, but I also just bought Hellraiser 1 through 7 on Blu-ray. So, I mean, I'm not immune to this. So
I like 2. 2 is really good, but again, the Doctor, if Ryan was here, he'd be like, oh, but I can't do that. 2 is absolutely disgusting with the mattress. I just think the story on 1 is good. It's definitely slow at some points. I do like the whole mystery behind the box. I think it's awesome. And in the new one, they kind of go more into it. So I'm excited if they do a new one. Jamie Clayton is who I was thinking of as well, too. Yes. And the new one was great. I love the very end of the new one where they showed the Cenobite being made. Like, I thought that was fucking disgusting as well, too. Yeah. Hellraiser's always been gross. It's always been like leather and chains and fucking really disgusting shit.
It's gay bondage. It's where it stems from. So,
and I'm here for it.
I mean, same. Hellraiser's weird because Hellraiser's never been one of my favorite franchises. Yep. It's fine, but it is definitely one of those that, like, if you're trying to follow a storyline, like, good fucking luck. Yeah. Especially once you get past part 2. But it's always been a franchise that, well, the first 2 have always been movies that it's like got plenty of moments where you're like, oh man, that's just fucking nasty. And it has a lot of that stuff in it. Obviously it gets cheesier as it goes along and the budget dwindles and all that type of stuff. Yeah. But although it's not one of my all around favorites, like, it's very, for me, like, I don't really know why. It doesn't matter, but I totally respect what that franchise is, what it means. And that's got to be one of the better early examples of, like, weird shit you can do with body horror, which
it's definitely a body horror movie. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of body horror is like a weird definition for a subgenre because there's so many different ways you could define it and it could pop out at certain points. But this feels like one of the more, I mean, I'd put it in the same area as like a movie like The Fly, where you just watch, you're like, that just feels gross. Like, ugh. So
I don't know why I love the body horror. It's disgusting. I tried to watch The Orphan the Ugly Stepsister, but I didn't realize it was foreign, and I wasn't in the mood to kind of like read subtitles. Not that I'm not opposed to subtitles at all. I can read.
Sure,
I'll read. I even like Hellraiser 3.
I read books.
Yeah, in fact, I've read the Hellraiser books, so they're all based on books as well too. And it's very short. They're short, but they're cool. And that's why another reason why the new Hellraiser is good too, because the Hell Priestess is kind of speaks like a female a little bit. It's kind of, I don't know that it even has a genre, a gender. It's got a genre. It's hip-hop.
So I haven't read the book. I've heard a ton of people talk about the books, but didn't in the book wasn't Pinhead like gender fluid or something like that? Yes. Is that the right term? I'm sorry if I'm using the wrong term. I am an asshole. I am aware. Thank you. I'm looking at the Hellraiser IMDb right now, and I find it really interesting that there's Doug Bradley's like the second to last person on this cast list, which you would think he'd be like number 1 with a bullet on here.
Well, they've had so many Hellraisers without him, because I think he's only in like the first 4.
Yeah, but when you say that's like, I mean, I know they've only done 2 movies where it wasn't Robert Englund for at least part of the movie, but that's like saying Freddy Krueger, but it's not Robert Englund. Like, no one wants
for sure.
Like, when you say Pinhead, and again, I agree with you about the new one, the Hulu one.
Yep.
I think Jamie Clayton's great in it.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
it's, as a whole, it's still just like, it's not my favorite movie, but I think they did a really good job rebooting that and bringing it to, like, what is that, 2022 or whatever the hell year it was.
Yep.
But I still feel like Doug Bradley is, I mean, when you hear Doug Bradley, you're instantly thinking of Pinhead. You're not thinking of, I think he's in Freaked, or like, he's in a bunch of shit, but like, you're never thinking about those. You think of him, he is that character.
Yeah. That's why I think Pinhead's a compelling character. He's very evil, very, he's always got something sinister going on, trying to make a deal with the box. I just think it's a very cool concept. Do they knock it out of the park all the time? Absolutely not. Like I said, like, I like Hellraiser 3 a lot, but I mean, it's super fucking cheesy, but the plot is kind of cool, but it just falls apart along the way. It needs some sturdy chains to hold it up.
That's true.
I love the club scene where he shuts the fucking doors and you just see the fucking blood. I mean, obviously, Pinhead's got the highest kill count out of any horror villain probably out there. I don't think there's any maybe minus fucking Cabin in the Woods hand when it crushes the fucking world.
I mean, I guess it depends how you're defining kill count. But sure. I don't think that's a fair comparison when you're taking it out. Like, how are you going to compare someone like Pinhead to, say, Art? Like, two different genres. Art doesn't have the ability to, well, I just was about to say Art doesn't have the ability to kill a whole, like, bar full of people, but I was like, that seems very much so like something that Art would find a way to do. So
yeah, of course. Yeah, you blow up all the kids at Christmas,
That's true. Yeah, there's no body count on that, so he might be getting up there. So
yeah,
didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
So. Where you want me to go next? You want action? You want another non-horror movie? You want a horror movie? Give me a genre to go towards.
Well, you went comedy. I went horror. Why don't you go action?
All right. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about a shitty action movie in this, because Tubi is home. The thing that's great about Tubi is like the aisles of an old video store, just put in a digital format. And one of the things you would find in shitty aisles of movies is Steven Seagal movies. And there is no better movie that's shitty and more entertaining to watch as Steven Seagal's than the movie Kill Switch. It's a 2008 movie that's directed by Jeff King, and essentially Steven Seagal he's like a cop in somewhere down south. I want to say Louisiana. It doesn't really fucking matter because he's got some stupid accent on through the whole fucking movie. This is in the Steven Seagal era where he's not really fighting anyone. Like, they show close-ups on him where he's got his hands waving around in the camera, and then when they pull out to shows like, arms or legs connecting to the person he's fighting, it's noticeably like 100-pound lighter human being that's actually able to move and do karate shit still. So it's got that. Seagal is essentially chasing around two different serial killers that are operating within like 5 miles of each other, the most likely of scenarios. It's in Memphis.
In the 70s.
Yeah, Memphis. I'm sorry. So he's tracking down these two different serial killers, and throughout the process, like, telling the most like attractive women in the movie, like, I'm not going to have sex with you, only to like find out later that there's a whole nother family that he has that is never explored. It's just like a closing scene of the movie. That's like, where the fuck did that come from? It's one of those, there's a gunshot every 20 seconds in this movie. It never really stops. It makes enough sense, but it's just pure adrenaline and Steven Seagal being a schlubby dickhead through the whole movie. So it's kind of entertaining in that sense. And Steven Seagal is very much so the caliber actor that his movies are entertaining enough, but he's a piece of shit. Like, he's a legit piece of shit. So you have no real problem with calling it out while you're watching it and be like, look at this fat asshole, like, stomping around like he's going to hit someone. Fuck off. Like,
Tom Segura's bit on Steven Seagal is pretty fucking good. Actually, I really like that one. Just talking about how he talks about how he's a cop, and then he's like, hey, what kind of dog is that? Oh yeah, I know, because I got like 20 years experience with dogs. He's got like experience with everything. He's like, oh, the helicopter, I've flown that.
Yeah, that's more or less how he is. So
yeah, if you could guess my first Steven Seagal movie that I've seen, what would you say it was?
This is just a guess because it's one of his more popular ones. I'm going to say Under Siege.
You would be correct. I saw that in the theater with my dad.
That one's actually one of his better movies. Yeah. Like, that's before he got like fat and shitty. And I do like when he knifes Tommy Lee Jones in the fucking cranium.
That's funny because I didn't know who Tommy Lee Jones was. I thought Tommy Lee Jones was the girl popping out of the cake.
Tommy Lee Jones is like chewing the shit out of all the scenery in that movie too. Like, he's trying to out Seagal, Steven Seagal in that movie, while trying to look like, I guess he's trying to look like a biker or something, or like some kind of version of Axl Rose, but he's Tommy Lee Jones, who's been like 75 for the last 48 years, So it doesn't really work as far as the look is concerned, but he's also Tommy Lee Jones. So he's kind of got his own delivery, and he's kind of great in his own way. Yeah, that movie's a lot. I actually just watched that last week just for shits and giggles, and it's a lot of fun.
I do love when he's talking about making this amazing cake. Like, we're going to make this amazing cake, whip this up, and then pop it in the microwave for 3 minutes. It's like, what?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. So It's definitely not on the same level of Kill Switch. It's a much like Under Siege is definitely the better movie. I find Kill Switch to be more fun because it's just so fucking ridiculous that you can't. You hear the phrase "so bad that it's good" in like movies like this a lot, and I kind of feel like that's a cop out of a statement, but I do feel like it fits for this particular movie.
See, I feel like I've seen Marked for Death, Under Siege, and Machete, and that's it.
So you've seen most of his, or a couple of his better movies. You need to get into later Seagal, where he's just shit. So,
like one of the action movies I've watched the most in my life would be Lionheart with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I mean, I got nothing against that. We're JCVD fans on this side of the country, so
the whole thing's on Attila.
It's not my favorite JCVD, but it's a solid one. So, I mean, if I had to pick a favorite of him, shit.
I mean, I've seen some of his as well. I've seen like Double Impact and shit like that, and
I really like the one with him and Dennis Rodman in it because it's just fucking dumb.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I think he fights a tiger in that one or something. So
his trainer in Lionheart was named Joshua Eldridge, and that was like my next door neighbor and one of my good friends. So I always thought that was hilarious.
Oh, right on.
I'm like, oh, Joshua Eldridge.
I mean, God, yeah. Hey, at least he's working. So
yeah.
What you got next?
All right, so we're going back to comedy. Okay. I still remember watching this movie at Seamus's dad's house, and we woke his parents up because we were laughing so hard. I'm talking about
Shut the hell up.
Oh my God. So this movie's from 1996. Paris Barclay is the director, starring Shawn Wayans, Marlon Wayans, Keenan Ivory Wayans, Sully McCullough, and Kim Wayans. I'm talking about Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Question for you. So we just got Scary Movie 6.
Yep.
I just saw today that we're probably getting White Girls 2, which I'm not thrilled about. Do you think we're getting another Don't Be a Menace?
I don't know. I've never seen White Chicks. I've heard mixed things from
I thought it sucked.
Yeah, okay.
I just thought it. Okay, so with all due respect to the Wayans, and I give them credit because they're one of the few people still doing spoof movies in 2026. And this one is probably on the higher end of their movies. I would agree with you on that.
Yeah.
That said, White Chicks it did not work at any fucking level for me. So
yeah. I've heard some bad things about the new Scary Movie, but again, like I loved A Million Ways to Die in the West, the Seth MacFarlane movie. and people fucking people hate that. I love stupid humor. Like, give me the Walk Hard, give me the ridiculous shit. I'm not obviously Walk Hard is on another level, but give me the Pop Star, give me the Don't Be a Menace to South Central, scary movies. I love stupid humor like that. MacGruber, like that shit hits with me. Like I fucking love it.
All right.
So like the fact that the guy's dad was younger than he was, like it was just, there's so many ridiculous things in this fucking movie. I love Sully McCullough. He's the guy who he plays the clown in Scary Movie, and he's Crazy Legs and Don't Be a Menace to South Central. So he's in that movie Run Ronnie Run as well too. But like that guy fucking cracks me up. There's something about Shawn Wayans and Marlon Wayans. I loved In Living Color growing up, and I loved the Wayans brothers. So they could do no wrong for me. And I think, Gonna Get You Sucker, Keenan Ivory Wayans. I fucking even give me some Kim Wayans,
Holy shit. I didn't realize this movie has Keith Morris as Dave the Crackhead in it. That's pretty. Do you know who Keith Morris is?
I'm pretty sure I know who the Crackhead is. So let me see.
Keith Morris was the original lead singer in Black Flag. He went on to do the Circle Jerks and the band Off, and he's punk rock royalty. So I didn't realize he's in this movie, and that's fucking amazing right there. So.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So. And I like even more that they had him play a crackhead. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So, I might rewatch this now. I haven't watched this since high school.
Yeah.
Or maybe even before that, because this came out right before I was in high school. But God, I'm fucking old. I do not remember Keith Morris in this, so I might have to give this a rewatch now just to look for him. So.
Yeah. I mean, the movies they're spoofing are all great. Justin and I are about to cover Boys in the Hood, which is a fucking epic movie. I love Menace to Society as well, which they're spoofing a lot as well too. That scene is great when he's like, "I feel sorry for your mother." He's like, "What'd you say about my mother?" Like, and Don't Be a Menace. It's just so ridiculous. It's absolutely off the wall. One of the most ridiculous spoof movies I've ever seen. I have one more spoof movie on this list that I'm going to bring up, which is also epic in my opinion. But
I forgot they gave him the Super Soaker 70 on the cover of this poster. So, which is, again, perfect for the time that it came out. And I'm sure now people will look at, like, kids now, go, what the fuck is that yellow and green thing that he has? So.
And Marlon Wayans seems like a pretty good guy. He seems pretty down to earth as well too. So, again, I've always loved Shawn Wayans and Marlon Wayans in scary movies. That whole franchise I love. Hopefully it's good.
I have mixed opinions on them from a comedic standpoint, but I respect the hell out of what they do because no one else is doing that now.
Yeah.
And spoofs are kind of inherently going to be something that are kind of hit and miss just because generally when you spoof stuff, you're spoofing things that were pretty popular to be like, it doesn't make sense for them to spoof, I don't know, Basket Case or something that would be a weird choice. I mean, it'd be kind of funny, but it'd be a weird choice because that's going to fly over the head of a good percentage of people that are watching the movie. But the flip side of that is when you start picking on movies like Don't Be a Menace or, Boys in the Hood or stuff like that, those are renowned movies that people fucking love. So you're taking a risk by poking fun at it in the first place.
Well, that's another thing too. With these spoof movies, you almost have to watch all these. You have to have experienced all these movies like Boys in the Hood, Higher Learning,
Sure.
Menace to Society, to appreciate. I mean, I guess when you watch Walk Hard, you don't have to see Walk the Line to appreciate it, but it helps.
Didn't Walk Hard come out before Walk the Line?
No.
Okay.
Walk Hard.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah, so. Walk Hard spoofed Walk the Line.
I mean, I feel like it spoofed the entire rockumentary genre.
It did, but the main focus was the whole Johnny Cash. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they did it better than Johnny Cash. And I'm a Johnny Cash fan, but they did. Joaquin Phoenix is a fucking asshole.
I mean, if I've been on your show to talk about it. My gamer tag on PlayStation is Dewey Cox. I love Dewey Cox. All right. I love this dirty old Cox.
I mean, dirty old dusty Cox is the best kind of Cox. So
it smells like shit. I love it.
We already covered that movie extensively, so we can probably leave a link somewhere for that if you want to hear us talk about Dewey Cox. You want to hear us talk about? Do you want the next one on my list or next one I'm going to bring up?
It better be Walk Hard.
I don't know if it's on Tubi right now, but if it is, go watch Walk Hard. But I'm not doing that. This one, if you follow our show, you've heard me talk about this movie, but I'm going to bring it up again because I love the directors of this movie. They're awesome people. They're making great movies. This is still in the horror movie genre. It's an indie film. And one of our show's favorite subgenres is aerobics-based horror movies, and there's only about 4 or 5 of these movies that exist. It's a very, very small subgenre. In 2023, Angie and Paul, A&P Films, came out with a movie, Murder Size, which is just fucking killer and a hell of a lot of fun. So basically, the movie is about a fitness group or a fitness talent that is trying to make a sleazy workout video, and essentially it turns into a slasher movie pretty quick. It's got a lot of goofy humor, like slasher humor in it. It's got a good amount of TNA in it, which is always appreciated and fun. It's got amazing performance. Like the cast in this has, it's got Nita Lane Kent, who you might know on Instagram as Ava Faye. She's awesome. Kansas Billing, Jessa Flux, Ginger Lynn, Drew Marvick. It goes on from there. Like these, as far as like indie actors and just people doing really cool, real shit right now, A&P always pulls like all stops on it. It looks awesome. It's got that very like 80s feeling, lots of neon, lots of like dimly lit stuff, a lot of bright colors and all that. It looks like if you were, well, it looks like what it is. It looks like an 80s theme movie that was shot with modern cameras, and that's absolutely fine. No complaints there. I talk this movie up constantly. it's been out for 3 years now. I still talk it up constantly, and I'm doing it again right now because it's just fucking fun as hell.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard you guys talk about it, so you definitely talked about it
Yeah.
multiple times.
Oh yeah, I do a weekly Tubi and a Bloodstream pick just to kind of put things out there and suggest stuff for people. I almost always have one of A&P's films in there for both of them as much as I can, and Murder Size is probably the one that pops up most often, at least until OnlyFans pops up on Tubi, which should be sooner than later.
Nice.
So,
can't wait to watch it. Well,
what you got?
Let me ask you a question. Do you read Sutter Kane?
Nope.
I'm talking about 1994, In the Mouth of Madness, director John Carpenter. We got Sam Neill, Jürgen Porchnow, and Julie Carmen.
So this one is interesting because I actually haven't seen this movie.
Really?
And coincidentally, my podcast partner in crime also has not seen this movie.
Wow. So man, I would have recommended this instead of Clear History.
Well, you're getting this anyway. Hint, hint. At some point in the night. So, are you familiar with the In Search of Darkness series?
I heard you guys talk about it. It's like a documentary on horror movies, right?
Yes, it's a docu-series at this point because they're up to, I think, 6 movies now, and they have some spin-offs and whatnot. I believe the first one is still In Search of Darkness is still on Tubi right now as well. But In the Mouth of Madness came up in the most recent one. And both of us, when we watch these, we sit there with a notepad, we start jotting down stuff that we want to either just watch for ourselves or kind of put in there. This was one that came up in, we need to cover this because we both look at, like, when this movie came out, I remember seeing this and thinking, okay, they got the dinosaur guy and he's just like getting locked in and insane. I don't know if I care about this, is kind of what my initial thought was. I was like, dinosaur hunter, American born actor Sam Neill doing random shit. Didn't really give it much of a chance, and therefore just kind of, sometimes when you don't give a movie a chance, before you know it, you're 30 years after the fact and you still haven't seen it. And that's where this movie just kind of fell into a blind spot, and it's still very much so on the, we got to watch that sooner than later and talk about it more. So
yeah, I didn't realize it was John Carpenter. So
Nope.
It's very fucking creepy. It's very creepy. Story's fucking cool. Sam Neill's great. Have you seen Event Horizon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And did you like that?
It's okay.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Great concept. It's very Hellraiser.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, looking at this too, aside from Sam Neill, who else we got in this movie? You got Frances Bay, you got the fucking rapping granny or whatever in here, so that's something. So,
Jürgen she's creepy as fuck too. Jürgen Porchnow, you recognize him too. I've seen him in stuff as well.
You got Big Tom Callahan in here.
Yeah. So I work for this company, Sullivan Tire. Have you ever seen any Sullivan Tire commercials?
Probably not, but I don't have any live TV right now.
So when you get a chance, just Google John Sullivan Tire, because he's just this old guy and his fucking hair is crazy. I met this guy, but I've been watching this guy on Celtics and Red Sox and Patriots for fucking 20 plus years, and I've always made fun of this guy, and then all of a sudden he's my fucking all of a sudden he's my boss. But there's a scene in The Mouth of Madness where this kid's riding a bike, and then all of a sudden you see him, he's got white hair. I'm always make the joke that's him, it's the guy from Sullivan Tire. So you'll get it when you see it.
So I searched him while you were talking, and I like that this came up on us. The first picture it brings up is on a page called wickedlocal.com, son, which is great. I don't think we have Sullivan Tire around here, so I will probably never see a commercial of him unless I happen to be unless I happen to be watching a Patriots or a Red Sox game on their stream or something. But
they're affiliated with the Celtics and the Red Sox right now. So actually, they might be affiliated with the Patriots too, because we get
wicked local, son. Wicked
local guy. I met this guy. He bought me lunch. I shook his hand. But it's just like I said, it was just so funny because I used to make fun of this dude so much because his hair is insane, dude. He looks like if Doc Brown was smoking crack for fucking 2 weeks.
So you said John Sullivan or Paul Sullivan?
It's Paul Sullivan. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Because the guy I'm looking at right now, like the way this picture's cropped, like he's wearing a full suit.
Yeah.
But he's very much so looks like he's standing dick out pointed at me right now.
But his hair, he's got like crazy white hair, right?
Yeah, he kind of looks like so there's a local lawyer here. He's more than a TV lawyer, but he's one of those like TV lawyer type guys, you know. His name's Jeffrey Feiger, and he's got the same like crazy. He's like rich as shit, and my brother-in-law works for a company that customizes planes.
Yeah,
and we were talking. He's like, I love that guy. He's one of the few people that pays his fucking bills. I'm like, all right, well, that's good.
Yeah,
but he's one of those guys that's like, you got the money to customize a plane, but you can't get a fucking haircut, dude. Like,
yeah, right. Hey, they're holding on. You know, we shave our heads, they're holding on to it. I guess. I get it. But yeah, In the Mouth of Madness, fantastic movie. I know Ryan and Seamus can speak on that as well too. It's blown my mind that I got a horror movie that you haven't seen, you know?
Yeah, and I'm disappointed by I'm not that you can't see everything, unfortunately. And again, I really don't have a good answer why I still haven't seen this 30 years later, and it's gonna have to end up on getting talked about extensively because this is the third or fourth time this year it's come up. I'm like, God, I really do need to give that.
It's on Tubi now, so you guys can watch it for free. I'm kind of interested to see where you guys land on this one because again, like I haven't seen it in so long, so I'm not sure how well it holds up.
Well, and you know, I'm a big Carpenter fan.
Yep,
but Carpenter's not without his share of turds. Also, like, I mean, I've seen Ghost of Mars also, and that's a lot of fun.
Me too.
The worst way. So,
well, I feel like this movie is actually pretty respected in the horror community for the most part. I feel like this is kind of a popular one.
I don't hear it talked about a ton, but I don't hear it talked bad about either. So it's kind of in a. I mean, but I'm not the curator of all things horror. I don't know. So
it's like a hipster doofus horror movie. Like maybe it's in my hipster doofus horror movie scene.
I mean, I feel like Hellraiser 2020 whatever would probably be closer to that, but I like that movie too. So what do I know? So
no, I think I believe it's mostly practical effects. The story is definitely cool. Like I said, you know the premise where it's basically like the author is writing these books, Sutter Kane, and he's kind of investigating it, and it's like shit's fucking kind of happening supernaturally. It's cool. It's a fucked up movie.
I mean, it's John Carpenter. How bad can it be?
Yeah.
So, I mean, probably bad, but I'm sure I'll find enjoyment out of it still.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not saying it's no fucking, Hellraiser. It's no, Nightmare on Elm Street 1 or 2, but,
Well, that's okay. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I need to add that to the list. And anyone listening, I would say by the end of the year, you'll have us talking about that at length. Maybe we'll even get Greg on to school us about it.
Let's go.
Yeah. We'll see how
I do read Sutter Kane, so.
We haven't had any of the Crusty boys on since last year, so we're probably overdue. We haven't had any guests on because we're all like schedule fucked up lately. So
we got banned. We got banned from the Podmonster.
No, not at all. We just have been fucking busy. So, I'm sure you're well aware this scheduling two people can be a challenge, let alone 3 or more people.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly. So
why don't you give us one more, and then we can fire off a couple fast ones.
All right. Which way do I want to go with this? All right. I'm going to stick with the other. This one is probably less surprising. So, again, Tubi's a great place for horror movies. Tubi's a great place to go and find horror movies that you maybe haven't seen, or maybe you need to revisit, or just have those really fucked up covers that you're like, "What the fuck is that?" And you don't have to pay anything to watch them now.
I was doing that the other night. That's how I landed on Reanimator.
I just figured you finally landed on Reanimator because it's a great movie.
Well, I know it's respected, and I've heard it's a great movie, and I'm liking it so far. And the Doctor was so familiar to me. I'm like, who is that guy? Then I was like, oh, he's in
Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah, he's in Frighteners.
He's in a lot of shit. He's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
I'd say he's probably most known for Reanimator, would be my guess. So. Yeah,
pretty much. I'm at the cat part. I get to the cat part.
Oh, you're not very far in. So
no,
you have a long way to go.
Oh yeah.
So, this movie does not have Jeffrey Combs. This movie has one of my other favorite people on the planet in it. This movie is called Night of the Demons. It No, it was on behind me. It's not on behind me now, I don't think. It's definitely not on behind me now because those are children on the TV. Night of the Demons is a 1988 Kevin Tenney movie. Same guy who directed Witchboard, Witch Trap, Pinocchio's Revenge, and Demolition University, starring the very dead Corey Haim. Night of the Demons is basically a bunch of like young people break into a house, summon demons, and this like crazy punk rock party with demons kind of breaks out. It gets real crazy real quick. It's stars, let's see, aside from Linnea Quigley, who
I was gonna say he's got your girl in it.
You know, exactly. So again,
Edward Furlong.
Tubi's, that's in the remake.
I know, just
which actually is, I believe that's on Tubi as well.
I haven't seen either of them, if you can believe that.
I can believe that.
The covers always scared me, like Angela, like Demon Knight covers, like. Or
well, Demon Knight's a whole different.
Night of the Demon
Knight's a whole.
I've seen Demon Knight, the Tales from the Crypt one.
Yeah. This is way better. So I'm going to backtrack here. So this movie has a cast. It has people like Catherine Powdwell, Alvin Alexis, Hal Halvins, and of course, the most important of all of them, it's got Linnea Quigley in it. It has Amelia Kincaid playing Angela, who's definitely the star of this movie. It's full of like 1980s party goth punk rock vibes. It's very much so the kind of movie, like if you're having a couple beers, you want to have some fun with some crazy shit and like just pure like nonsense 80s horror, but in a good way. This is a great one to put on. This is a movie that I probably throw on probably 3 or 4 times a year, just because it's like in that conversation. It's not as fun as Return of the Living Dead, which is another. Yep. If you didn't know, Linnea Quigley's in that movie too, and I'm not saying that to you. I'm just as a general statement. Yeah. It's another one that's kind of in that zeitgeist of like just fun, like ridiculous, over the top 1980s party horror movie. That's easy to, especially after you've seen it once or twice. It's just easy to kind of throw on and have on, and like you come out like, oh, she's shoving the lipstick into her nipple now. I'm going to watch that. Then I'm going to go, finish washing my dishes, and I'll be back in time to watch her, do some other crazy shit, And yes, that is something that actually happens in this movie. So
I've seen a few scenes.
I mean, if you're asking like horror movies that like just straight up, like what are some of your favorites, what are movies that you recommend, this one's probably going to be coming out of my mouth in the first like 10 titles overall that I would recommend. So It's an easy one to throw onto this list. If you somehow haven't seen Night of the Demons, grab a 6-pack of beer and have some fun. Like this is the way to go. So
nice. I'll have to check it out.
Got a great, it's got the great soundtrack, including stuff by Bauhaus in it. Just amazing stuff. So you said you've seen a little bit of it?
Edible.
I got those behind me. So
I've seen some clips of it.
Okay.
Some Linnea Quigley clips.
Well, those are the most important clips. So
yeah.
You said this one freaked you out though?
The cover of it did.
I got the poster on my wall right behind me here. So.
I mean, I dig it now, but when I was younger, like when I was or even in Blockbuster, I was like, oh, this movie just looks like it's going to be disgusting. Angela scared me. And I remember seeing the trailer for it when I was at Blockbuster, just while watching because I said I was in the back replacing covers for the movies that were being rented and were going to be bought. So my job was to sit back out there and watch movies. Famously, I was watching Cat People, and my boss came back during a sex scene. She's like, "What the fuck are you watching?" I was like, "Cat People." She's like, "You can't watch movies with sex in it." I was like, "That's kind of weird to say that." I'm a full grown man. Yeah, right.
What? So was the purpose of you watching the movies to make sure they played?
No, I was looking for covers, so I could watch movies while I was looking for covers. I was in the back room, so.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't for any type of like quality thing. It was just something to do.
So for the most part, we had drawers with movie covers in alphabetical order for the most part, and a lot of times they were not. So I was like searching for. Oh, all right, I got fucking the movie 21. I got fucking 30 of those. I gotta fucking put the cover on and put them back out for sale. So every morning I would go around, scan the movies that were getting taken off the shelf and then go back. And then I'd be out back for like 6-7 hours watching movies. It was fucking awesome, actually. Like that's what I watched so many movies.
Yeah, I never had that. I worked in a theater for a while, so I got to watch a lot of movies like that way, just because I ran projectors. So I basically just sat up there and watched movies until they ended. But that doesn't sound terrible as far as the job goes. We need video stores back to do something like that again. I'm sure it didn't pay great. So.
No, it didn't. I remember when I was like a CSR customer service representative and I was up front, checking out, I would either get the super nerds and we'd like shoot the shit about videos and video games. And it was very fun. Or I'd get the people who would be like, oh, you get a free rental. Why do I have a free rental? Why do I have a free rental? I was like, all right, fuck.
Why would you bitch about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Why the fuck would you bitch about that?
Yeah, people are fucking stupid. We always had to like
seriously
upsell everything. Like, oh, because Netflix was just coming out when I was working there. So I was like, oh, you know about the Blockbuster Pass and this and that. And then Hollywood Video like moved next door. It was a whole fucking thing.
I was a Blockbuster Pass member because the price was better than Netflix at the time. So I rented all my games from them and whatever. I never really got movies. I only got games from them. But yeah, it was like, I think $8 a month, where I think Netflix was like 15. So it's more cost appropriate at the time.
Yeah, I had five free rentals a week.
That's not so bad.
Could be games or movies. So, and again, my buddy Will was the manager, R.I.P. Will, and like you go to his house and in his closet he have like 30 copies of Monster with Charlize Theron, and the good employee of the month with Matt Dillon, not the Dane Cook one. There's an employee of the month with Matt Dillon and what's her name from Anchorman and Married with Children,
Christina Applegate.
Yes. Yeah, it's comedy, and you're not a big Steve Zahn fan, I don't think, right?
No, I fucking hate him.
Okay, yeah. Well, Steve Zahn did it as well too.
I don't like looking at him.
Yeah,
and I don't like hit the tone of his voice either. So he sucks. That said, what did I see him in recently?
The Anaconda. Yeah,
where I was like, I'm fucking mad that he's actually got some of the funniest bits in this movie. Yeah. So
I like Steve Zahn. I think he's pretty fucking fun. I think he's a decent actor as well too. He's been in some good dramas.
I'm sure he's a decent human. He comes off that way.
Yeah.
But I don't like fucking. The first time I saw him was in that I think it was like 98, 99, something like the second movie that came out that was called Suburbia, not the punk rock one that came out in the 80s. It was it has Giovanni Ribisi, him, and like no one else in it.
I know you're talking about.
He's got the guy that played Samir from Office Space. He's in it.
Yep.
So that was the first time I saw him, and he annoyed me in that movie. And they just kept popping up and stuff. I'm like, God, this guy won't fucking go away.
See, I love Saving Silverman. Like Saving Silverman to me
he's okay.
Yeah. And then he just popped up.
I also hate Jack Black though, so that doesn't
Well,
help.
fuck, man. Anaconda, I'm surprised it worked for you.
Yeah, I am too. I'm really surprised it worked for. I'm mad that it worked for me. So
I like Jack Black to a point. Like I think he's definitely talented, but I can see how he's definitely annoying in some points.
I'll save that rant. We're almost at an hour already. I'll bitch about. We could do a whole episode about bitching about Jack Black. So
yeah, let's fire off a couple more just before we get out of here. I'm going to mention a spoof movie I was talking about. I'll fire off like what I have left, and then you can fire off what you have. Talking about Not Another Teen Movie. I think this is one of the best spoof movies out there.
I just put that on yesterday. So.
Nice. I fucking love it, dude. I love
as shit.
Yeah, it is. But again, that's right up my alley. I love who's the dude from the Chevy Chase movie?
Biggest dildo that I've seen for a teenager, and like any fucking. It's like a fucking wiffle bat that pivots.
Yeah, so. Everybody's like showing up. Oh, hey, Jimmer. And the dad, he's
Randy Quaid.
Yeah, Randy Quaid is hilarious. Like, oh, Dad, that's good. You're not going to be drinking. You know, he's like, oh, I'll be drinking. I'm gonna be too drunk to remember to pick you up. Like, yeah. Mississippi Burning. Not the most uplifting movie, but I remember when I was working at Blockbuster, I went through a Gene Hackman phase, and I watched like The French Connection, fucking Mississippi Burning, like watching all these old movies. So eventually I met a dude in Boston, and he was like a couple years older than me, and he introduced me to like, you know, older movies that I missed out on. Like I wasn't working at Blockbuster at that point.
So the early version of Greg hasn't seen it.
Yes, and then like older Greg saw Mississippi Burning, Midnight Express, One Flew Over Cuckoo's Nest, and I could put myself back there and appreciate those older movies because they were fucking classics and they were absolutely amazing. And all those movies are fucking great. And the last movie I'm going to mention, dear to my heart, 1994, talking Above the Rim.
Oh, wow.
I loved this movie growing up. Fucking Bernie Mac, Marlon Wayans, fucking Leon, Tupac Shakur, and Dwayne Martin. I loved basketball. I was a huge Charles Barkley fan. I loved street ball. And this movie, it's stupid as fuck, but I loved it for some reason. Above the Rim. And those are my those are my totally tubular Tubi recommendations.
All right, so I'll fire off the ones that I got left, and apparently there's quite a few. So I got Intruder from 1989. It's a Scott Spiegel-directed slasher. He's one of the guys that worked on the original Evil Dead series. He's part of that whole crew. You see both Raimi brothers, Bruce Campbell's in for like 5 seconds. It's just a real simple contained slasher in a grocery store with really fun characters that's just done really, really well. If you like the humor in the first 3 Evil Dead movies, so basically the ones before this current series they're doing, you'll feel right at home in this. It's just a slasher movie instead of an Evil Dead movie.
Okay.
Alligator, 1980 creature feature. It's basically just about a kid who flushes an alligator down the toilet and ends up taking over the streets of Chicago, if I remember right.
And then Kane Hodder play the alligator.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
All kinds of shit happens. It is fucking great. It's in a world of Jaws clones, this has to be like the apex of them. Like it's quite possibly the best Jaws ripoff that has ever or will ever exist.
Yeah, I remember the Dewey Podmonster talking it up and liking it.
Most of these we've covered on our show. The only ones there's only one of them on this like group that I'm rattling off. 2 of them that I haven't covered yet. This one's probably no surprise, but I love this movie, even though there's a lot of things that are wrong with the timeline in it from a music perspective. SLC Punk, 1998, Matthew Lillard masterpiece. At the end of the day, like I actually find myself liking this movie more as it grows and as I get older with it, because I find new ways to relate to it as an adult that as a kid, I think I just saw the angry punk rock side of it. I was like, yeah, that's cool. As an adult, I kind of see the like struggle and shit that's going on with these characters and how well it's actually written and acted out, which I didn't really recognize at the time.
Yep.
Skip the sequel. The sequel's fucking terrible, but the first one is a straight, I'm not even going to call it a cult classic. I think it's a classic movie, and it absolutely, if you haven't seen that movie, have you seen that movie?
I haven't. I know the cover though, because I used to see that cover in Blockbuster all the time.
For you, I would like say put this at the top of your list. Like this is just a great fucking movie. And it's got a lot of music stuff in it. And I know you dig that too.
Yep,
so
I do.
10 to Midnight, Charles Bronson at his finest. It's 1983 Cannon Films. Whenever you see Cannon Films at the front of a movie, you know you're going to have a good time. This is no exception. He's chasing a serial killer that gets butt-ass naked and kills people.
That's right.
At one point, he assaults him with a sex toy, and that's a hell of a lot of fun. Battle Royale, 2000, not even going to try to say the director's name. If you don't know Battle Royale, I don't know how to sell this to you other than like if you like Kill Bill, if you like Quentin Tarantino style, and like if you have any interest in Asian cinema at all,
I've almost watched this many times. I've almost watched this because I've heard good things about this.
Why only almost? I'm just curious. I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just curious.
I probably found something else. Like sometimes I'm channel surfing or streaming surfing, I should say, and I'll be like, oh, let's put this on the list. I'll be like, oh, fuck, yeah, I'm going to watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake from 2001 or whatever.
I don't know that I would pick that. I mean, I do like that movie. I don't know if I would pick that over Battle Royale, but whatever. Battle Royale is essentially the Running Man story, but told as a Asian cinema, like murder fest. It's amazing. It had a huge cult following. It's one of those movies that was like borderline too popular for its own good. Like I think that probably turned a lot of people off on it. I feel like I've heard Sean say he didn't like it because it got popular. That's something he does a lot. But it is
Old Boy as well. I haven't seen Old Boy, and I heard Old Boy is great.
Yeah, also a great movie. I think only the remake's on Tubi right now, but that one's also cool. I haven't seen the remake. I've only seen the original one. And then last, I'll leave it with another dead guy who just died recently. Again, if it's a Canon Films movie, you know you're going to have a good time. Leading the charge, or one of the best movies in that whole filmography, is 1985's Invasion USA, starring Chuck fucking Norris.
Oh, shit.
Directed by Joseph Zito, who had just literally left directing Friday the 13th Part 4. Brought guys like Tom Savini and Greg Nicotero and said, we're going to take these, like, the top of the horror movie effects, guys. We're going to go make a Chuck Norris movie. And this movie is just utter chaos. Only like this movie, we covered this recently too, like within the last year. And
yeah, I remember you guys doing this one.
I'm really not a big Chuck Norris fan. I think in general, he looks like he smells, and I don't really care for him that much. But this movie, like, it doesn't matter who the lead guy is. There's so much crazy shit that happens in this movie. Just, again, watch it, get your testosterone up. You'll drop another ball. You'll have 3 by the end of the movie. That's how much shit's going on in this. So highly recommend Invasion USA.
Sick.
So, and that's all I got. Like like I said, I could go on and just rattle off shit all day, but that's all I wrote down. So,
well, we gave the people a shit ton of movies to check out. Some horror, some comedy, some action, some drama, all over the place, really.
A little bit of music.
Yeah, a little bit of music.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, you guys have anything coming up? This is probably going to be coming out in probably mid to late July, early August.
I mean, yeah, we'll have. I don't think we're that far out yet, so so I don't know exactly what we'll have coming out by that point of July, but some of the things we'll have had out recently in around then. So we'll be covering Clear History, which is a movie that was requested by Mr. Greg here. We had opinions on it. We might upset Greg with it. I don't think we will. I think he'll be fine with it. But that will be coming out pretty soon. We have our whole episode covering the movie Hellmare. Hellmare is another indie movie. It is an independent director. His name's Victor Gabriel. He's local to us. Did the movie Blood Gorge a couple years ago. This is his first full-length movie, that full feature film. Just got picked up by Truman. He's doing like the indie circuit. So if you're listening to this, if you see the movie Hellmare at your local art theaters, go see it. Support our boy. We appreciate it. What else have we done recently? We got some other shitty action movies coming out. I think we talked more about monkeys and stuff. I don't know. Typical, just kind of circling the drain is what we've been doing. So.
Nice. Well, we are both proud members of the You Run Podcast Network. Go to yourunpodcast.com and check out all the shows there. And go to patreon.com, check out Dewey Podmonster, check out You Gonna Eat That Crust. Just for a couple bucks, you can help out the show, and you don't have to. You can listen to for free as well. It's all good. We don't care. But we appreciate you guys. We appreciate all the Patreon members, and we appreciate all the listeners.
We do. Please do go to yourunpodcast.com. When you're there, if you're going to listen to my show, if you're going to listen to Greg's shows, because he's got multiples, that's great. We appreciate that. Do yourself a favor when you're there. Find someone that you haven't heard yet and listen to one of their shows too, because there's a ton of good stuff on there. A lot of people to spend a lot of time making content just for you. So the least you could do is click on it and say, hey, that is pretty cool. Find some new stuff to expand your horizons. Maybe you'll stumble onto something from Video Tasties. Gareth watches shit that I haven't seen, but Gareth also likes a lot of shit that I have seen. Yeah. Maybe you'll be like, this John guy's a fucking moron. I'm going to go listen to Justin. Justin likes actual movies that are made with filmmakers and stuff, not just morons that blow shit up like with RC cars. Go listen to Pop Culture Reflections. There's no shortage of great shows on the network, and you should check out something new every time that you're there.
Yes, and he probably won't hear this, but big ups to Scott. Congratulations on tying the knot. So Scott from You Run Podcast
whoop
just
on
got married. So yeah, congrats. He looks super happy. Him and his wife look super happy. Congratulations. You do so much. We appreciate you. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Pod, and YouTube. Like I said, check out our Patreon. Check out yourunpodcast.com. Go check out all the other shows there. Go check out all the other shows there. And yeah, hope you guys have a great night, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.
Womp womp.
Yeah, I'm stuff crust. A nigga something extra, yeah, I'm stuff crust. Stuff crust, yeah, I'm stuff crust. So it's cheese, gonna bust, yeah, I'm stuff crust. Stuff crust, yeah, I'm stuff crust. A nigga something extra, yeah, I'm stuff crust. Stuff crust, yeah, I'm stuff crust. So it's cheese, gonna bust, yeah, I'm stuff crust.